Hello, friends! Today I'm going to tell you about a movie called The Corpse of Anna Fritz. Paolo, whom his friends call simply Pao, carries the body of the famous Italian actress Anna Fritz on a gurney. On radio and television, they only talk about how popular she was and how suddenly she died. Several hours have passed since the death. Pao brings the body to the morgue and removes the sheet to reveal the girl's face. Then he takes a photo on his smartphone and sends it to his friends. Ivan and Javi are in a hurry to go to a party, but they still decide to stop by their friend Pao. They gather together at the garbage cans, socialize and drink. Ivan asks to tell about the body of Anna Fritz. Pao shares the details. After drinking alcohol, friends ask to show them the corpse of the star. Pao is afraid that he will be fired, but Ivan and Javi continue to insist, and he takes them to the morgue. Javi is uncomfortable with the situation in the basement of the hospital. He wants to leave, or at least wait outside, while Ivan looks at the dead girl. But Pao insists that Javi come in too, otherwise he may be seen, and then Pao will be fired. All three end up in the morgue. Dozens of corpses are lying on trolleys under sheets. Even Ivan gets creepy, but the desire to admire Anna Fritz turns out to be stronger than the desire to leave. Pao takes his friends to the body, tears off the sheet, and under it there is a bluish corpse of some woman. So he decided to play a prank on his buddies. The next body turns out to be the one everyone wanted to stare at. Anna lies naked under the sheet. Ivan can't resist and starts touching her breasts. He likes it, and he makes Javi touch the girl's breasts too. Ivan is curious. He asks if there is a difference between making love with a living person and with a dead person. Paolo explains that there is almost no difference. It turns out that he once tried it with a beautiful girl who had just been brought in. Ivan wants to try it too. Javi is against it. He dissuades his friend, but he doesn't want to listen to anything. He throws Javi and Pao into the back room, and he gets down to business. When finished, Ivan sends Paolo to do the same with Anna Fritz's body. Pao leaves without hesitation. Javi is starting to realize that this is all going to end badly. He does not find a place for himself and wants to get out of here as soon as possible. Paolo made love to the corpse so passionately that Anna came to life. The girl came to her senses, but could not move. She just looked at the rapist and cried. Seeing her look, Pao jumped back in horror. Javi and Ivan came to the screams. Javi immediately rushed to dress the paralyzed girl. He asks his friends to call doctors, but they do not come. Anna saw everything that Pao did to her, which means she can tell the police about them. Ivan and Pao are seriously thinking of killing her, because everyone already thinks she's dead, and nothing bad will happen if everything stays that way. If nothing is done, all three may end up in prison. Although Ivan understands that Javi can avoid punishment because he didn't do anything with the girl. At this moment, a noise is heard from the corridor. Another morgue worker brought a new body. Pao quickly turns off the light and disappears into the back room. Javi and Ivan are hiding behind gurneys. Anna also hears someone coming, but she can't make a sound. Even if she could, nothing would have changed because the guy is wearing headphones. He delivers the corpse and goes about his business, closing friends in the morgue. Javi insists that Anna should be shown to doctors. Ivan intends to deal with her before she tells the police anything. Javi tries to take the girl away, but Ivan prevents him. Then they find themselves locked in a morgue. Javi and Ivan have a fight. The stronger Ivan knocks his friend to the floor and hits him on the head until Pao pulls the body away. Javi can't get to his feet. The back of his head is covered in blood, and a red puddle is spreading around his head. Ivan is horrified to realize that he has maimed and almost killed a friend. He drags him into the back room and tries to revive him. Pao also brings Anna here so that other morgue staff can't notice her. Ivan promises that he will get Javi out and call a doctor, but his friend has lost too much blood and is barely able to speak. Paolo and Ivan clean up the blood from the floor and return to the back room. Then Pao's colleague comes into the morgue. He also wants to see Anna Fritz's body, but Paolo takes him away. So that Anna does not scream, Ivan claps her mouth with his hands. Ivan hears the door close, releases Anna, and goes to check on Javi. but his friend had already died. Paulo returns, sees Javi's corpse, and finally loses his composure. Ivan takes him to the next room to discuss further actions. They decide to take Javi's body out and dump it away from the hospital to present everything as a random murder. Then they will come back and finish off Anna. Paulo resists for a long time, but Ivan manages to convince him because otherwise they will both be imprisoned for 30 years for crimes committed. While they are talking, Anna manages to jump off the gurney and use Javi's phone. Returning, the friends realize that the girl called someone. She says she called her father and said she was alive. She didn't say anything about abuse and murder. Ivan and Paulo realize that they have no other choice. They put Anna on a gurney and take her to the hospital. They are ready to tell them that they found her alive, but suddenly Javi's phone rings in Ivan's pocket. On the other end, Anna's father says he had a missed call. Friends understand that the girl did not get through and deceived them. They're taking her back to the morgue. Ivan leaves Paulo to keep an eye on the girl, and he goes to get the trash can, in which he wants to put Javi's body and get out of the hospital. Anna tries to convince Pau to let her go. She even says that Ivan strangled Javi while Paulo was not in the back room. But the guy does not want to listen to her. He ties her hands and feet, and he goes to wash the blood in the back room. Ivan got stuck in the hospital parking lot by the garbage cans. 2 nurses came out here to smoke, and he has to hide. Meanwhile, Anna frees her legs, jumps off the gurney, and crawls out of the morgue. Finally, the nurses left. Ivan takes the trash can and goes with him to the morgue. Then he discovers that Anna is not there. They run to find the girl. Anna was able to crawl to the technical room. She hid behind the pipes. Ivan almost found her, but at the last moment, he left to search elsewhere. Anna decides to crawl on. She gets to the elevator, crawls into it, but does not have time to leave. Ivan hears her, grabs her leg, and drags her back to the morgue. Ivan can't take any more chances. He decides to kill Anna right now. However, it is important not to leave any traces, so he offers to give her some pills. Paulo says that they will have to go upstairs for them, where they can be discovered. Then Ivan decides to take a sheet and just strangle the girl. Paulo brings a sheet. Ivan forces him to commit murder, but Paulo does not want to. He resists and says that it's not the first time Ivan has killed, because he killed Javi. After much bickering, Ivan decides to kill Anna together. Then Paulo won't be able to hand him over to the police. He grabs Paulo's hands with the sheet and presses them to the girl's face. Anna resists for a very short time and then loses consciousness. Friends load her body on a gurney. Ivan puts Javi's corpse in a trash can and goes to throw it away. Paulo stays behind to put the girl's body in order. Ivan drags the trash can to the road and throws Javi to the side of the road. He drags him into the bushes so that the body is not immediately found. After that, Ivan returns to the morgue. Pau has already finished cleaning Anna's body of dirt and abrasions. He covers her with a sheet and prepares to leave, but hesitates at the exit. Then he hears coughing and hoarse breathing. He understands that the girl was coughing. He approaches her, removes the sheet, and sees that Anna is pretending to be dead. There is a noise in the corridor. It's Ivan coming back. Paulo quickly throws a sheet over Anna's face and asks her not to make a sound. Then he tries to take his friend away. Pau does not want Ivan to understand that Anna is still alive, because then he will have to kill her again. Ivan is in no hurry to leave. He has a feeling that they forgot to do something. However, Paulo insists. He hurries his friend, and they leave the morgue together. When the two find themselves at the elevator, Ivan takes his wallet out of his pocket and realizes that he forgot his credit card at the morgue. Paulo tries to stop his friend, but he doesn't want to listen to anything. If the credit card is found in the morgue, they will understand that there was an outsider here, and Ivan wants to cover up all traces. Pau restrains his friend as best he can, but he bursts into the morgue and sees Anna alive. She had already started getting dressed. Ivan is furious. He understands that his friend has deceived him. He thinks he's decided to turn him in to the police. Ivan begins to strangle Paolo, but does not finish the job. Paolo falls and Ivan continues to beat him. At this moment, Anna comes up from behind and sticks scissors into Ivan's back. Struck by a sudden blow, Ivan turns around and gets hit in the throat with scissors. He falls, bleeding. Writhing in convulsions, Ivan dies. Paolo is in shock. He says he could take his friend away and leave everything as it is. Anna doesn't want to listen to anything. She sticks a pair of scissors into the guy's stomach, and he falls, bleeding profusely. Anna sits down next to him and continues to stick scissors into his body until Paolo quiets down. This is the end of the movie. See you soon.